Hello everybody, we're at far northeast South Dakota right now. Temperature is extremely hot. Dew points are rising up into the low 70s right now. Cape value is about 5,000 overhead. We've got a storm chaser convergence zone here as well. We've got a mesonet vehicle on the back. All kinds of instruments on there measuring the pre-storm environment. Eventually storms are going to start developing around 5 or 6 p.m. Looks like all hell's going to break loose here. Far northeast South Dakota, far southeast North Dakota, into west central Minnesota. The storm is likely going to ride this warm front / outflow boundary in this area. We've got weak easterly surface winds with winds ripping about 30, 35 knots, 40 knots just above the ground. The low-level jet appears much stronger than the models have forecast. So for that reason, the environment is primed for big-time tornadic supercells. Here's Stephen Jones. What are your thoughts on today's setup?
Today could be one of the biggest days of the year, I think. The environment's rich. We could see some big-time tornadoes today, strong tornadoes in the environment from northeast South Dakota all the way into western Minnesota.
All right, here's Aaron J. Jack. What are your thoughts on today?
Best day all year, baby. Or best air all year. Best air all year, baby. Yeah.
The warmest temperatures out here, just cooking right now. If you do live in this area, make sure you stay tuned to watches and warnings. Are you excited to collect data today? This is Derek.
It should be good today.
Yep. What's going through your mind right now?
Just kind of waiting here and just hot.
Can you show us your vehicle?
Yeah, sure.
There's that mesonet vehicle here.
Oh, finally some breeze.
As we're waiting for storms, we probably have another few hours until we start to see some real towering cumulus, but we are starting to see some convective bases off to the south. There you can see there's updraft bases with some cumulus beginning to increase in mass. And here's the vehicle. This is Derek's vehicle. It's got a high albedo, which is good for days like this. There's the mesonet unit on the back. What do you have going on here?
Okay, we got the ammonometer for wind speed and direction. We have the YouTube that'll take measurements of humidity, dew point, and temperature. And we got a barometer hooked up to a static pressure port, and a compass and a GPS to correct the wind speed and direction as we're going down the road. Takes measurements every 1 second to a CR6 logger. And right now everything's looking pretty ripe in this area. So.
There's the YouTube he was talking about. Not YouTube where you upload videos, but the YouTube that does science, the beacon of science right here. There's the GPS unit. There's the RM Young anemometer on the mast. It's got the line X on here in the back. If you point this into the wind, it could probably handle a lot of wind, I would guess.
Yeah, we've gotten up to about 119 miles per hour wind speed up just kind of southeast of Minot last year.
Wow.
So.
Wow. Thank you. So this is what it looks like before storms develop. It's quite calm. Sometimes you have to try to pass time as you're waiting. But these days here, just the heat builds and builds, and you get a cap just above the ground that traps all that heat underneath. And as the heat continues to build, eventually, once it reaches a convective temperature, storms develop, and you get explosive supercell development. And today we've got a warm front. It's a classic central northern plain setup where it clears out to the north of the warm front / outflow boundary, where you have easterly surface winds, southerly just above the ground, and then a westerly jet above it. So it's impossible for these storms not to rotate once they get going. So if you live anywhere in northeast South Dakota, southeast North Dakota, into west central Minnesota, you definitely want to stay tuned to warnings. I'm in the rental car here. There's Gizmo. And then looks like we'll be targeting around here today. And then tomorrow we'll drop south to the Sioux Falls area, where it looks like there could be tornadic supercells once again in a smaller zone. Actually about the same size zone as this. This is also a pretty localized zone here, where it looks like storms are going to happen. And so we're just going to continue to wait until they initiate. But down to the south, you can see a cumulus field that's getting better organized. This will probably lead to be our storms right down there. And then tomorrow we'll head to Sioux Falls, chase again. I'll try to go live throughout this chase if I can. Look at the hail dents here on Aaron's vehicle. We'll likely be adding to those on this chase.
Look at the battle scars from Canada.
Yeah, that's from Canada right there.
I'm turning on the broken rain guard here. I was trying to turn my GoPro Fusion on and off while I was driving in the 70-mile-an-hour inflow winds. I looked down and I had blood all over me.
Wow.
Battle scars, man.
Did you like poutine?
I never found any poutine.
Oh, shoot. Well, it looks like we have to go back to Canada then. This is
You know what
Aaron's
happened?
dog here, Kaya. Also a storm chasing dog.
There goes ETT.
Nice.
Watch her with the fence. It might be electric fence.
Oh.
Yeah, I couldn't get poutine because I ran out of gas almost. I was down to about 10 miles worth of gas. I had to stop in Redbirds, and Mr. Timmer here saved me.
Oh, I
Put
didn't.
out the beacon for help, and people showed up. The great citizens of Canada showed up and gave me gas and got me back on the road to the hotel.
Now we're here, about to see more tornadoes.
That's right.
So our plan again is just to wait here for a few hours. These storms to the south are going to continue to grow. Or these this cumulus field, and eventually, once supercell development begins, it's going to happen rapidly, very quickly. We expect explosive supercell development, probably be pumping out baseballs, family of tornadoes through evening.